So I think throughout my adult life, I've always put out some kind of hummingbird feeder. And as I learned more about birds and backyard bird care, I quickly learned how important it was to make sure those hummingbird feeders are kept clean, especially those ports. And so the cleaning aspect was pretty intuitive. You know, you just take the feeders, empty them out, put them in the sink, fill it with water, rinse them really good, soap water, and then maybe throw in a little bit of vinegar just to kind of help disinfect, rinse it really good, and dry it. There's a problem with my method, and I learned this a little bit ago with the National Audubon Society, and I don't know that this is common knowledge, so let me know in the comments too. So maybe this is not a video I should be making, but the big no-no in what I was doing was using soap. And again, this seems really intuitive, especially when it comes to your other bird feeders. Soap and water is actually recommended. But when it comes to hummingbird feeders, the National Audubon Society says skip the soap. The reason for this is because the soap leaves behind residue. For hummingbirds, because they're so small and their metabolism is so rigid, that kind of residue, even what would seem like such a small amount, for them, it can be a large amount. So with that in mind, if you have a hummingbird feeder that also is dishwasher safe, you know, that's a convenience. You just throw it in the dishwasher, you're good to go, put it back out. But you want to avoid that too. And I actually, on the Nest Hollow site, I've got one saucer feeder. I really love this feeder too. And one of the big claims on the box is that it's dishwasher safe, which that's a big benefit as far as the convenience goes. But just because it says it's dishwasher safe doesn't mean we actually want to put it in our dishwasher. So if you're not using soap, what do? Primarily, you just want to soak it. You know, rinse it out. So you dump out the sugar, rinse it out really good, soak it for a while in warm water, and then to disinfect, you can use vinegar. And what the National Audubon Society recommends is a mild vinegar solution. They also, on one of their, I think it was their FAQ pages on feeding hummingbirds, they said hydrogen peroxide also works, like a mild hydrogen peroxide solution. But I think vinegar just makes us feel a lot safer, gives us more peace of mind. So I'm going to go with that. As far as what the concentration of that vinegar solution should be, there's been conflicting information. Some forums and sources will say do 4 parts water to 1 part vinegar. And then others will say 2 parts water to 1 part vinegar. National Audubon Society says to use 2 parts water, 1 part vinegar. So I would just go with what their recommendation is. And then you want to soak your feeders for a while, then scrub them out, rinse them out. And you want to make sure that you're rinsing them very, very thoroughly, and then you let them dry completely. Another thing is make sure you clean those ports out, and just to make it really easy, I use pipe cleaners. They work perfectly in hummingbird ports. So when it comes to managing swapping out for cleaning and everything, I have really fallen in love with this soda bottle hummingbird feeder, where it has this nice little adapter that you can put like a 16-ounce soda bottle on and go hang it outside. And what I like about this is I have 2, and I'm actually on the Nest Hollow site, I have them as kits of 2. So you get 2 of these adapters and an ant moat. And the nice thing is, so if I bring one in to be cleaned, I can put that in to soak. And then I have my other adapter ready, and I just grab another soda bottle full of nectar. It's half full really, but I grab that, I twist the adapter on, and I go set it outside, and I'm good to go. So the nice thing is you're not waiting for the feeder to soak and clean and everything, and then your hummingbirds, you know how they get. If you really watched hummingbirds, you know, like they'll come by your window and be like, what's up? There was nectar out here and now there isn't. And this adapter is also nice, like when it rains and you need to go swap out because you got like that, you know, that cruddy rainwater hummingbird nectar now, so you can go swap that out. So that has been really helpful, and the hummingbirds really like that. Also, I've been testing it, and it also works on certain threaded glass bottles, and there'll be information on the product page about that. So definitely check that out if you're interested in just a convenient way to manage the hummingbird feeders and the cleaning and everything. And then finally, on the Nest Hollow site, I also have this just really pretty download available with best practices for taking care of your backyard hummingbird. So how often you're supposed to clean, how long is that nectar good for in the fridge, how temperature outside is affecting the longevity of your hummingbird nectar. So definitely take a look at that resource as well. And if anything, it just has some pretty pictures of hummingbirds too.